again, Wildcats. How's it going? Hope your week's been fantastic. Welcome back to another LC Coaches Show as we talk some football once again this week. I'm Brad Welburn, joined as always by our LC men's football coach. Is there a women's football?
Not today.
No, not today. Men's football coach Justin Charles as we talk about the final home game of the season coming up on this Saturday. Talk a little bit about the Belhaven game last week and just kind of get going on all that. So I guess let's get into it. Another tough one last Saturday over there in Jackson, and when you look at things, and when I got the box score back from the folks over there at Belhaven, I mean the thing that I guess kind of jumped out to me initially, after having watched most of the second half at least, 6 turnovers. And anytime even if you're the best team in the country, if you have 6 turnovers, that's usually a recipe for disaster. So was that I guess the top of your list as this is what went wrong for the game?
Right. It's always a tough loss, especially when you lose. But you lose in the way we did. It was a tough loss because of so many turnovers that we did have. And all of them were things that we could have fixed. They were all decision making with the quarterback, or it was an opportunity for us to not control the ball or secure the ball with the running back. So those were tough turnovers. We're not going to beat anybody when you turn the ball over 6 times. And I wouldn't say that was the overall outcome, reason why we lost the game. Yeah. We still have to tackle better on defense. I want to say in the first half we missed 17 tackles. And you can't beat anybody doing that. And so when you're playing a hungry team that's looking for a win, and those guys they've been playing well and losing some games that they were really in. We can't give them that opportunity, and so that's just what happened the other day with the turnovers and the missed tackles, and it just kind of all festered up and went downhill from there.
Well, I mean, and the thing about it is that we started off well. I mean, we're up 9-0 there in the first quarter, and seemed like things were kind of going to be going our way through the game, but then something changed in the second quarter, and they scored 4 touchdowns, a couple turnovers that kind of contributed to that, but. I mean, was there a turning point? Was there a single play or a drive that kind of maybe switched the tide to their side a little bit?
Like I said a second ago, when you give a team like that the opportunity, they're gonna capitalize because they're hungry. And so at that point in the game when we were up 9-0, which was we started off fast, but it was still some kind of confusion in there because we even missed an extra point. And so our kids we cannot get content, myself included, on being up by 9 points early in the game. Especially in our conference. So we got to make sure that we got to learn to have that kill switch and finish a game off, finish a team off, which we had the opportunity to do. But at that point in the game where there was 28 points scored in the fourth quarter, it was 3 turnovers right there in that second quarter, and that led up to those 28 points. And but no matter what, the defense has to get out there and stop them too. So wasn't a great
well, and
great
then,
showing.
I mean, just kind of give you a little bit of an idea if you haven't looked at the story or the box or anything. At one point in the third quarter, you had a drive and a fumble. I think they maybe scored on that one. The next drive you fumble it, and I think maybe you get a stop after that one. But then the third consecutive drive, you have a fumble and they turn it over. It's just you couldn't just. I mean, it was just. I'm sure it was very frustrating to be on the sideline, and I know for the guys too when those sort of things are happening. It's just kind of snowballing. You're already down by a little bit there at that point, and they're continuing to, add on as you're kind of hurting yourself. So I mean, that had to be frustrating.
Yeah, it was frustrating. But I tell you one thing, and I'm very proud of my seniors. They do a good job on that sideline of keeping us, our minds in the game, and keeping everybody else engaged. And there's times when we're not engaged, and you hear a couple of our seniors saying, "Guys, let's go. Let's get off the bench. Let's pay attention. Let's get everybody going." Or we're only one play of turning this thing around. So very proud of our seniors. You got guys like DJ Latino and Ryan Morris and Mike Collins. Those guys are always positive on the sidelines, looking to add and contribute in some different type of way. So, it was a turning point. But when you've got guys like that on the sideline, continuously having some type of enthusiasm, it's always a good thing.
And then give like we talked about it all the time. The team makeup of these guys. I mean, they never quit. And there was a point there late third quarter where we picked up some momentum, especially with the block punt there in the end zone. They got the safety by Brandon Zimmer, who's had a fabulous season. But just couldn't get that stop on the defensive side that would have I guess, continued that momentum in our favor, and
Right.
who knows what would have happened.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's move into this week. It is senior week, senior day on Saturday afternoon is the final home game of the season for the Wildcats as they host Mary Hardin-Baylor. 1 o'clock kickoff right here at Wildcat Stadium. Of course, all the usual coverage will be available with Al and Rich and all them on the radio. Live stream available as well on the website. So let's talk about the Crew a little bit. No secret, they are the #1 team in the country. They're probably the best team in the country for the past couple of years, at least, defending national champions and all that sort of stuff. So certainly a big task ahead of us.
Right.
And I know the kids and the guys know that. So what have you been focused on this week as far as preparing them for what is to come and with the senior day and all that sort of stuff?
Right. And it's actually a good deal because we have no pressure on us, and that's what I've told our guys. We have no pressure on us right now. All eyes are going to be on this game because every time anybody goes and looks at the Division III website and checks the scores, the first score they're going to see every time is the #1 team, and so all eyes are going to be on this game. And so there's no pressure on us. We just got to come out and perform to the best of our ability. And one thing that I've told our guys this week, and they've really said it as well multiple times, is that this is a challenge. This is a great challenge. If you want to be the best, you want to see what the best looks like, and you want to compete against them. So we're going to go out there and give them everything we got, first of all, but we got to do the things that we did not do last week, and that's taking care of the football, that's tackling well and playing fast. And so that all together with it being senior day and everybody want to allow the seniors to go out with a bang at their last home game, it's going to be a great makeup for that. And so we're just excited that they're coming in. There's no secrets, like you said. The Crew is the best team in the country. Statistically, defensively, they're a great football team. Offensively, they do some things that, hey, they're very methodical, and they do things where you're wondering why they're doing this, and the next thing you know, you find out why. Yeah. But they're a very good offensively coached team, defensively coached team. But one thing that people always forget about them is they make a lot of plays in special teams. And we cannot allow any of those things to happen. So it's going to be a fun game. There's a lot of excitement at practice this week, and our kids understand the challenge. Yeah. We want to play the #1 team in the country. We want to see where we want to be, where we're going to be one day. Right. And that's where we're going to be.
And you mentioned the offense, and I was kind of looking at doing my own homework, I guess, before the game. Offensive numbers not going to blow you away. I mean, they don't have like the Hardin-Simmons kind of offense where they just running 700, 800 yards a game. It's kind of like you said, a methodical kind of deal. Not a lot of guys that have top yardage numbers and all that sort of stuff. So is it more of just like just continual drive the ball down the field or work their way and just, they'll hit a big play every now and then.
Right.
But, is it more designed for that kind of offense?
Yeah, they've got a really good running back, Markeith Miller, who's been in the league right now for, I think this is his third year. He's a junior. So, but that guy, he does a good job as far as running the ball and being downhill, being physical, and we got to tackle him. And so they do a good job as far as getting him the football, getting T.J. Josie, the wide receiver. They get him the ball, and they've got Markeith Miller, the #1. Man, they've got a lot of guys, and they just use every single athlete that they have. And their offensive line are some big, massive guys. So we're just excited to play these guys. They do a good job offensively. But one thing that does help them as well is their defense. I believe is the #1 defense in the country. And they're always set up in a good position. Yeah. So, again, special teams and their defense, man, it makes up their team.
Yeah, it definitely makes. I was able to go to the game last year, and that was some of the. They are legit, especially up front. And I know they lost the big All-American Tedrick Smith, I believe was the name. Yeah. But they're kind of one of those teams where they don't just rebuild; they kind of just add a new guy in, and he's probably just as good as the guy that left. So, facing off against that defensive front, and I know I was talking to Jim Marcus yesterday about it, and he's already getting his mind set up. And I was talking to Aaron, like, these are some legit guys, and we gotta play hard and go up against them. So, what if you told these guys that maybe hadn't played against Mary Hardin-Baylor what to expect?
Well, what we've been telling these guys is, and I say we don't really tell them what to expect, because they know what to expect. They see these guys on film, and like I said earlier, our guys are excited to play them right now. because they know we have nothing to lose. They know, hey, we're going in this thing and we're going to give our best, and our young guys want to give the best effort and performance for our seniors on that last day. But what to expect from that defense is they're going to play fast. They're going to be great tacklers. They're going to fly around to the football. But we're going to come out there and fly around too. Our kids are going to come out there and we're going to execute the game plan and take what they give us and give them some different looks that they hopefully may take them a while to adjust, and maybe we can take advantage of those types of things.
Yeah. All right, I want to take a little bit, just a quick time, because I know we're kind of running a little bit long here, but like we said, it is senior day, and you got a really big class that's been around, and a lot of these guys have started for 4 years on the team. So just maybe take a couple seconds here and kind of talk about the class as a whole, and maybe we can spend some time next week. But you know, just mention a couple. You got Cade, you got Willie, you got you know, Shed, and all these other guys that are, you know, names you've heard for the past 4 years watching Louisiana college football, and you know, they're playing their final game at Wildcat Field. So kind of, what was your thoughts on this class?
You know, it's a bittersweet with these guys. They've been here for 4 years, worked their tail off in the classroom, off the field, in the community, and on the football field as well. And so it's a bittersweet for these guys, but I'm more excited about what these guys have to contribute in life down the road. You know, this is a class that's, you know, leads in the classroom. They lead spiritually. We have so many spiritual leaders in this senior group right now, with 26 of them. These guys lead on the field verbally, with their actions. They do so many different things, and so like I tell them all the time, I say, man, I just wish I had you guys for 4 years, you know. And but these guys are amazing. They're a good group. They're a tight knit group, and they've done so much. That blood, sweat, and tears is the old cliche saying, and they've really put some blood, sweat, and tears into this program. And one thing we always say, for any senior class and for everybody that comes through this program, leave it better than you found it. And we feel that these guys have left this program better than they found it. You know, and it may not show in their win-loss record, that column right there, but there's so many things that they've done, whether it's academic-wise. We've got our highest GPA that we've ever had here at Louisiana College on our football team, with our spiritual leaders, with the way they've contributed into the community, and just they're just awesome leaders right now.
Yeah, and you know, this is my second football season here as SID, and just being around these guys for just that short amount of time. Now, you've been around them since the beginning, but I echo 100% everything you just said. I mean, it's a great group of seniors. So make your plans now to be here on Saturday afternoon. We'll start the senior recognition festivities before the game. It'll be about 12:30-ish, so just get there a little bit early, and you can you know, help recognize all these guys for their commitment and all the things that they've contributed to Louisiana college football, the college, everything, community. So you definitely do not want to miss that. So 12:30, we'll start that. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. Again, links will be available on the website, lcwildcats.net, for the live stream, the video, the audio, live stats, all that sort of stuff, just all in one place, conveniently located there on the interweb. So check it out. Don't miss it. Senior Day, Mary Hardin-Baylor, LC. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Coach, appreciate you as always for joining me this week. We'll see you next time.